So let's get going. Let's shuffle up the cards, pick some hands, and try and remember today that we need to make sure someone is declaring the contract. And let's jump on in. All right. East is playing a club. So North does kind of have an entry in hearts. Which means North could get in to maybe lead a diamond or something. I mean, diamonds are 6-1 north-south, so it's not like Declare can just pitch a heart on the ace-king of diamonds. Hmm. But maybe they can. I mean, technically, Declare could just, like, pull trumps in some way. Like, lead towards the queen jack of clubs a couple times. Use the ace king queen of diamonds to pitch maybe 2 spades, and eventually just lose 2 hearts and 1 club. But I am nervous that that Declare is not going to be able to do all of that, would be my guess. So, because I think North South will have the opportunity to play. I mean, it's not like Declare has plenty of entries to the east hand to lead clubs over because the spade suit's kind of blocked. You can't just like play spade to the ace, spade to the king to lead clubs up twice. I mean, I guess actually Declare doesn't need entries to lead clubs up because North has 10 doubleton, right? So Declare could just play queen of clubs, jack of clubs, and use that to pull trumps. So maybe it is just as easy as Declare pulls trumps, pitches on the ace, king, queen of diamonds, and ends up just losing 1 club and 2 hearts. I mean, can we do better? Like, let's say South defends passively in a sense by like leading a club. And Declare wins and continues. So Declare wins the queen, continues the jack. Let's say South wins and just plays back a club. I'm just trying to be as passive as possible. And then Declare leads a low heart from the east hand. Well, after pulling trumps. So Declare pulls trumps, pitching a diamond from west, maybe, and then leads a low heart. I mean, if South hops up with the ace and continues with just like passively leading back a heart, North gets squeezed in the red suits. So Declare would actually make 5 there, losing just a club and a heart. And if South discards, or doesn't, not discards, doesn't take the heart ace, then let's see, North has had to make what? 2 discards on the run of clubs, so I guess they've pitched 2 diamonds as Dummy has thrown a diamond. I'm just wondering if there's any way to squeeze someone. I mean, this isn't. It feels kind of Winkle-esque um, to set up some sort of squeeze. Sorry, I've been changing some passwords around all day, and it has been a bit of a mess. Um, I don't think it's going to work because if we play 3 rounds of spades in this end position, North will have to discard down to a stiff Queen of Hearts. And so it kind of looks like we can exit hard and end play them, but South would be able to overtake and cash the Jack of Spades. And similarly, if we played ace, king, queen of diamonds, South would get squeezed down to like ace doubleton of hearts, but they could just dump the ace of hearts. So they'd get squeezed out of the heart ace. And then North's jack of diamonds would have set up for a trick after we've taken the ace, king, queen. So it doesn't like the squeeze gains an extra trick. So even if the defense do just defend passively here, it looks like they're still going to get 3 tricks on this hand. Now, can they do better? I mean, if South leads a diamond at trick 1, Declare could win the ace. Queen of clubs holds, jack of clubs maybe holds. But then Declare could just go like club to the ace, heart to the king, king of diamonds, pitch a loser of some kind, queen of diamonds, pitch a loser. Eventually South's going to get the king of clubs and they can take 2 hearts, or 1 heart and 1 spade or something like that, depending on how Declare discards. So yeah, I'm not seeing it. I think it just sounds like Declare is going to make 10 tricks. And that does seem to be the correct answer. I mean, a spade would give away the spade suit, and then Declare actually could discard hearts, for example. Eventually, after pulling trumps. And king of clubs, of course, is not going to be a great lead either, blowing up the entire club suit. So, very good. Wasn't too hard. I guess I can kind of point out what I was talking about earlier, though, with this whole sort of squeeze thing. Like, even if the defense is just like pretty lazy about what's going on here, and Declare ends up pulling all 4 rounds of trumps, well, for one thing, they have to make a discard from West's hand. So, like, I mean, I guess they could pitch a heart, but if they pitch a diamond, North can now let go the 5th round of diamonds. And now on a heart lead, well, South does need to be a little bit careful. If they go up with the heart ace and then play back a heart, now we have just a typical squeeze against North. North is guarding diamonds and hearts. We just go up with the heart king as like a Vienna coup, run 3 rounds of spades, and North gets squeezed. So instead, South should duck this trick. Declare can win the king. And it kind of looks like the opponents get squeezed if we play 3 rounds of spades or 3 rounds of diamonds, but it doesn't really work. Here, North can play low heart, and when we exit a heart, South just has to crocodile coup their partner here, go up with the ace, making sure that they take the jack of spades. Otherwise, North will win and have to lead away from the jack of diamonds. And a similar thing happens if instead of playing 3 rounds of spades, we play 3 rounds of diamonds. So this was basically just what I was looking at earlier. South can pitch a heart here, and then on the queen of diamonds, Declare can throw a heart. And okay, if South dumps the 9 of hearts, then they also get end played. Declare cashes the spade queen, and then exits heart to South, but South can ditch the ace of hearts. And the jack of diamonds is an extra winner, so if Declare, well, cashes the queen of spades, for example, and then exits a heart, North wins, and then cashes the jack of diamonds, and eventually Declare gets the rest. 6 of hearts sets up, which is funny in dummy. but that's about it for this plan. So the defense always seems to get 3 tricks. Let's take a look at diamonds. Okay. So diamond contract. Well, North appears to have 2 natural trump tricks. So even if South were to say lead a low heart, Declare actually does gain a bit of an advantage here by playing 3 rounds of spades to ditch a heart from West's hand. King of spades, pitch a heart. North can ruff. I mean, I guess it is true that North could now say lead back a heart to South, and then the Jack of spades could come through. But maybe that doesn't really help the defense. Let me think about this for a second. North still has their... Oh, sorry. I mean, North had 3 natural trump tricks. I stand corrected. So let me just think about this for a second. I probably should have been doing this. I thought that this was going to be pretty simple for me to discuss, but I guess that's not true. Like, Declare has a couple of options, and I don't know which one makes the most sense. I mean, for starters, Declare could discard a club here. The 10 of spades has been set up. So, like, I don't know what North would do in this case. Maybe they pitch a club. And now South can switch to, like, diamonds, let's say. Declare could win. Lead a club to dummy. And play a spade winner to ditch their club as North roughs in. And okay, North can get out the Queen of Hearts and Declare roughs, and then they still have to lose a diamond trick from here. So that would be 6 trick, or that would be what, 8 tricks for East West. It looks like. So maybe that's a good baseline. Can the defense do better than holding Declare to 8 tricks? So, I mean, on that example, the defense ended up taking 1 heart, 3 diamonds, and the Jack of spades, which basically came at the expense of a club trick. And Declare ended up scoring, what, the King of Hearts, they got 2 spades, they got 3 top diamonds, they got the Ace of Clubs, and they got a ruff. Well, that actually doesn't seem too difficult. I mean, Declare is gonna score the 10 of diamonds because North is just going to get end played at some point into leading trumps for them or giving them a ruff. It almost feels like Declare should be doing a little bit better if they can get a ruff with the 4 of diamonds. Yeah, because Declare should be able to get 5 diamond tricks, 2 spades, a heart, and a club, which would be 9. And they could do that by roughing the 3rd round of hearts with the 4 of diamonds and then just basically waiting for North to lead diamonds into them. because North is going to have so many diamonds. Maybe that's not true. I guess North roughs the third round of spades, so they're down to 5 diamonds, and if Declare gets a heart rough, they're down to 4. I don't know. It feels like maybe this is possible. I'm not seeing the plan, though. So again, I mean, I think like a low heart lead is probably going to force the issue from South. Any other lead gives Declare a bit more time to work on their discards and maybe getting the heart rough and getting hearts, discarding hearts on spades, for example. I mean, obviously a spade and a club are no good, so it's just basically a heart or a diamond are the options. But like ace of hearts and a heart, I think is much worse than just leading a low one. So a low heart up with the king. If Declare doesn't play 3 rounds of spades, they're going to end up losing 2 heart tricks. And I'm going to say at least 3 diamond tricks, although maybe that's a bit unclear. So it seems like 3 rounds of spades are probably forced to ditch a heart. So North roughs. And I had North lead back a heart, but maybe North should be leading back a club to set up a club trick immediately. That makes sense defensively. So if a club comes back, what would Declare do? I mean, they could duck. South wins, and let's say South plays back. What, the jack of spades at this point? Rough low, over rough. Now North cashes a heart and plays another club. I mean, it looks like it's just 8 tricks once again. Declare will score the 10 of diamonds via roughing a heart. They will get 1 club trick. They will get 2 spades. And that's just 8 tricks. So 8 seems like the right number. Low heart or a diamond, or apparently even a low spade, it doesn't matter that you blow a spade trick, but a club lead would give Declare a second club trick. So that makes sense. Yeah, so the line of play that I was just kind of looking at, heart, Declare goes up with the king, plays 3 rounds of spades, and then North will rough, as Declare can pitch a heart. So North roughs. They can return just about anything, but a club return makes some sense, so we can let South win. And for example, if South plays back the jack of spades, we can just rough low. North has natural trump tricks, so they get to over rough, and they can like cash a heart, for example, and then return a club maybe. And not much that Declare can do from here. They can like win the ace of clubs, rough a heart, and that's it. They just get 3 more diamonds. North eventually gets a winning diamond at the end, so that would be 8 tricks for Declare. So not too difficult to think through. Let's look at hearts. Hearts might be a difficult contract to analyze. 3-3 fit for East-West. Oh boy. Sorry, I've been dealing with my computer being hacked, and I just keep getting these emails that are very confusing. All right, well, hopefully that gets resolved. Hearts, where were we? I mean, I guess I would assume North-South pulling trumps is their best defense, but maybe that's not the case because they don't have a ton of tricks outside the trump suit. Like if South starts with a low heart, it looks like Declare eventually is going to take 3 club tricks, 1 heart, 3 spades, 3 diamonds. I mean, that's too many tricks, but that would be 10 tricks total, whereas North-South will get 3 hearts and the king of clubs. So that would be 4 for North-South. So what else could North-South do, maybe? Other than just pulling trumps. I mean, if they threaten to... It's real difficult when North-South have no entries, right? Because even if South like leads a diamond to try and threaten Trump promotions or something, North never gets in. Hmm. I mean, maybe a diamond lead's okay for the defense. Declare could like win. And maybe Declare's best plan is to actually pull trumps. So Declare could just lead a low heart towards the jack. North could go up with the queen. If they return a diamond, Declare could then just ruff with the jack of hearts rather than discarding. Although I guess it doesn't matter. South has natural trump tricks anyways, so it doesn't matter if South gets a ruff with the 7 of hearts, for example. But yeah, I guess I'm going to claim on this one that North-South just get 3 trump tricks and the king of clubs. Wait. If South leads a low heart and Declare wins the king and goes queen of spades, spade to the ace, spade ruff with the 5 of hearts, what happens? Because if North overruffs, then Declare has another natural trump winner to pull trumps. And if North doesn't overruff, Declare's entire spade suit is set up. Does that matter? I'm thinking no, but this is an interesting idea. Like, Declare could then lead a heart from dummy. But I think North could hop up with the queen, lead a club through. And South would still get the club king. But I mean, if the defense is not careful, like if North just wins the queen of hearts and plays the 3rd round of hearts pulling trumps, South is kind of end played. I mean, they can exit their singleton diamond. But if they don't do that, well, I guess because South has trump control, they can always just no, actually, yeah. Like if South doesn't exit their singleton diamond. Oh my god. Okay, this is kind of an interesting idea. So Declare wins the heart lead with the king. Goes spade. I think the defense still comes out with 4 tricks. Goes spade, 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 ruff. So if North overruffs, and let's say returns a, I don't know, a club, Declare could duck this around to the king. Let's say a club comes back, so Declare could win, and now start to pull trumps, and Declare has basically lost one fewer trick because they can actually pull another round of trumps. Wait a second. North-South are still taking 4 tricks. That was the number of tricks I expected them to take anyway. What? So, hold on. North-South got the Queen of Hearts, the Ace of Hearts, and a long heart here. But Declare got an extra heart trick. Wait, I don't understand how this math is working. Hold on. Why does it feel like Declare gained a trick to me? Because Declare is able to pull 3 rounds of trumps. But I guess North was roughing with the short trump hand. Oh, this is confusing. Hmm. I guess the point is Declare is getting like extra spade tricks, but they aren't also getting 3 diamond tricks. I suppose that's the point here. Because Declare is just going to be left with a ton of winners in every suit. Like clubs are winners, spades are winners, diamonds are winners. Okay. I think I'm convinced. I thought that was an interesting plan, but it looks like no. So North-South have 3 heart tricks on the King of Clubs. Looks like Declare is going to end up making 3 on basically every lead. Other than the Club King, Declare could make 4. Okay. Let's look at spades. So this one, it feels like Declare actually gets to get rid of a loser. Because South has a natural spade trick, and on a low heart lead, Declare could just win the king and then play 3 rounds or 2 rounds of diamonds, pitching a heart loser as South roughs with a natural trump trick. And so South could cash the Ace of Hearts, but Declare will just eventually knock out the Club King after pulling trumps. So this one seems pretty simple to analyze. South is going to take the Ace of Hearts, South is going to take a spade, and South is going to take a club. So Declare can make 4 spades, it seems, on this hand. And that's exactly what the double dummy says. I think that was the fastest analysis I've done so far. 1 no trump, huh? Final contract to take a look at on this deal. Okay. This one's probably interesting. I imagine a low heart lead is still going to be best from South. So Declare has a heart trick. They have 3 diamonds, 3 spades, and the Ace of Clubs is 8. And in the meantime, the defense will have set up 3 heart tricks. So there's still 2 tricks at play. Declare could obviously knock out the Club King for a 9th. But can they get 10? I mean, it seems like Declare can force South to take some hearts. Well, Yeah, so here's kind of an interesting point. Let's say Declare ducks the opening lead. Playing in no trump, this might make more sense. North can win the queen, and if North doesn't play back a heart, like if North switches to clubs, okay, Declare still has a heart stopper. So now Declare actually does make 10 tricks. They just knock out the club king on this trick, and then they knock out the ace of hearts, or South can take the ace of hearts. But that's the defense's last trick. Declare will have 3 clubs, 3 spades, 3 diamonds, and 1 heart. So, so North actually has to return a heart. And I mean, it's probably most interesting if South ducks, but Declare could just win this and then play back a heart and force South to cash an extra heart. I don't think Declare has enough winners for squeeze to operate because they'll have, it'll be a 2 loser position rather than a 1 loser position. I mean, I guess like even if South doesn't cash the 9 of hearts, there isn't really some sort of end play that happens with North because North has a doubleton club. So, like, even if South gets out a low diamond or something, there's no way to get North to discard their club. But South can just cash this 9 of hearts. And I mean, even if Declare ends up pitching clubs from both hands and South gets out a diamond, for example, there isn't really any squeeze that's operating. I mean, Declare could have actually... Wait a second. Before exiting a heart, what if Declare cashes 1 round of diamonds to strip South's diamond? I know I'm clicking on cards now, which I probably want to avoid doing, but now if we throw South in with the heart ace, South is kind of end played. I guess Declare can pitch a diamond. That's unnecessary. And then discard a club from East. And so now if South gets out a spade, Declare actually has the rest. That gives up 2 spade tricks. And if South gets out a club, do we now have some sort of squeeze? Or like, what's going on here? Declare can win the club queen, cash the king queen of diamonds, cross to the club ace, cross to the spade queen, but yeah, South would get squeezed, right? Because club, Declare wins the queen, cashes 2 rounds of diamonds. South can pitch 1 club, but then on the next diamond, South throws another, or Declare throws another club, and South is just squeezed. If they pitch a spade, fine. Declare can run the spade suit, and if they pitch a club, then club to the ace drops their stiff king, spade to the queen. So does look like some sort of double squeeze got enacted here with West holding the club and diamond threats. North has the diamond threat, South has the club threat. So interesting. So let's step back because I think up to this point, all these plays for the defense are forced. Let's actually go back to the beginning of the deal. So I thought a low heart lead made the most sense for North-South, because if North-South don't do that, like let's say South just leads a diamond, well, Declare has 3 diamonds, they have 3 spades, they can set up 3 clubs, and they still have a heart trick. So Declare would get 10 tricks that way. So the defense is fighting to get 4 tricks on defense here, which means South has to lead a heart. Well, we already mentioned if North wins this and doesn't return a heart, then Declare can also set up clubs, so North has to return a heart. I mean, South could win the ace and play 1 back at this point. Let me switch gears for just a second. If Declare were to win the king of hearts, and then say cash the ace of diamonds to try and create this end play situation and then play a heart. Well, North actually gets to win this using the heart queen and then switch to clubs. And so now that the ace of clubs gets knocked out, South is going to be holding on to the club king when they get thrown in, and so they'll be able to cash out for 4 tricks. So that's why I thought that ducking the opening lead made sense for Declare. Force North to win so that they don't have an entry, then force them to not be able to return clubs, otherwise Declare can set up their 10 tricks. So they have to play a heart back. And so if South ducks, then I think what we just looked at just works. Declare cashes the diamond ace, and then exits a heart. And South is basically end played. So we saw what happens if South cashes the 9 of hearts. They're end played into leading a club, and that gives Declare the extra trick that they need for the one loser simple squeeze or double squeeze, however you want to look at it. But if South leads back a club, now Declare doesn't have the one loser, but they do have a 2 loser, and this, I think, is going to result in a strip squeeze against South, because Declare can now just cash the king, queen of diamonds, pitching clubs again, and okay, South can throw 1 club on this trick, but then on the queen of diamonds pitching a club, South once again can't pitch the club, because then club to the ace, spade to the queen of clubs takes a trick. South can't pitch a spade because the entire spade suit is good, so South now has to pitch their winning heart, and now after club to the ace, spade to the queen, South gets thrown in with the king of clubs to lead away from the jack of spades at the end for the strip squeeze. So if South were to take the ace of hearts here, whoops, if South were to duck when a second round of hearts comes back from North, then Declare actually does make 10 tricks. But I guess South could go ace of hearts and a heart to avoid this sort of throw-in problem. And then I think the whole point about North having a doubleton club comes into play. So like if they go ace of hearts and a heart, there's no throw-in anymore. The South's 9 of hearts kind of got isolated, but I don't think North can be forced to part with a club. Like, let's say, for example, that on 3 rounds of spades, North actually discarded a club. Well, now Declare actually does make a 10th trick. They can cash the club ace, stripping North's last club, play a diamond to the ace, and then just exit the 4 of diamonds, and North is then played into leading into the king, queen, 10. But the problem is that North doesn't have to foolishly discard a club on the ace of spades. They would just pitch a diamond. And so now there's no way to strip North's diamonds, and South still gets the king of clubs and gets to take their 9 of hearts eventually. So let me just go back for a second and see if this is actually true, because I focused a little bit on North, but maybe the same sort of strip squeeze still works against South. Currently, it would be a 3 loser squeeze, right? There's 10 tricks left, and Declare has 7 winners. Yeah, I think North-South actually come out on top, and by on top, I mean they get their 4th trick. Because now 3 rounds of diamonds, South just has 2 idle clubs to discard. And so we could then go ace of clubs club to throw South in to eventually lead away from the jack of spades, but that would give them a king of clubs, and South could take the 9 of hearts. So overall, I do believe that North-South are entitled to 4 defensive tricks on this deal, and only on a low heart lead. And we kind of talked about how this works already. North has to win the queen of hearts, North has to return a heart, and at this point, South actually has to go ace of hearts and a heart. to set up their heart trick and avoid a subsequent end play. And now there's nothing Declara can do. So really cute hand. Sometimes it's hard to analyze squeezes in these cases because, well, squeezes are a little bit complicated, but I'm glad that we were able to work this one out. Most of the squeezes we looked at were pretty familiar. I mean, we talked about some winkles, possibly, or pseudo winkles. Crocodile Coup came up on one of the previous suit contracts, I think, that we were staring at. But yeah, very good. Okay, let's move on to bidding. Let's look for a hand where maybe one side or the other has game, possibly. Not quite. Maybe this one? North-south? We'll make north the dealer. Sure. And I guess let me bring up this guy and whoops. Let's cover up east-west. So 2/1. How's this auction going to go from north-south? North has 14, good 7-card club suit, so north will start with a club. South will bid 1 spade. I guess we're assuming imps. Because I think at match points, 2 clubs is like fine on the north cards. Maybe at imps we're supposed to bid 3 clubs though. We have a serious potential for 8 tricks in our own hand, and if partner can bid 3 no, then we're pretty happy. So I guess at imps a 3 club bid makes a lot of sense on north's cards. Just be optimistic about our chances of taking club tricks. So what is south going to do? I mean, I assume 3 diamonds, whatever that means. It's just kind of some sort of waiting bid. I mean, this is where maybe some sort of more nuanced conventions would be helpful, or a partnership discussion. Like, is 3 diamonds artificial check back and 3 hearts is I have a heart stopper? Something like that. Is 3 hearts just natural? Like 5-4? I don't think 5-4 makes a lot of sense. North would just reverse if they had a 4-card heart suit. Hey, Dezu. I mean, I think 3 diamonds is basically just a waiting bid. It's like game forcing. It's kind of like the same artificial game force thing that happens when it goes like a minor, a major, 2 of the same minor, and responder bids the next cheapest step. Just some sort of waiting bid to try and gain more information. I mean, South would bid 3 no if they had hardened diamond stops, so they don't have that. South would bid 3 spades, I guess, if they had a 6th spade, so they don't have that. So this is just kind of waiting. So I guess north is going to bid 3 hearts. South will bid what? Four clubs, maybe, at this point? I mean, north doesn't have a spade fit. They would have bid 3 spades. So the south is willing to commit the hand to clubs. And I guess that means north is willing to take a shot at 5 clubs. Something like that. Let's look at precision. Boom. So north opens 2 clubs. Huh. I mean, 11 to 15, right? South has a 9 count. I mean, South does have a club fit. This is again a spot I'm not that familiar with precision wise. Like, is South really going to be interested in game? I mean, sure, partner could have a spade fit and a maximum. So maybe you could bid to a game there. Like, queen third of clubs is great, but still, you know, it's just 9. Flat hand. I'm really not sure. I don't know what precision would do with this hand. I could see anything from just like a simple raise to 3 clubs to like 2 diamonds asking, or 2 spades forcing 1 round, maybe. Natural with spades, 5 or more. Any of those bids make sense to me on South's hand. Like, the one that's most tempting to me is just bumping to 3 clubs. I mean, most of the time partner's going to have like the 10 to 11 range, or, you know, 11 to 12 range or whatever on their hand, and just, well, let's have the auction start 2 clubs, 3 clubs. That's a way for us to win in precision because no one else has a club preempt, or everyone else is opening clubs at the 1 level, and then the opponents come in with their heart fit and they get to bid hearts or diamonds or something. So I I think I would be very tempted to bid 3 clubs on the South cards if I was playing precision, but I don't know what's the best thing to do. Because like ace king 6th of clubs and an outside ace and an outside king, like, give partner the ace of diamonds, the king of hearts, and ace king 6th of clubs, and okay, a diamond lead, and we probably go down in 3-0, but on a heart lead we make it, on a spade lead we make it. And partner could have this with like a small singleton spade, so they weren't able to open a no trump on that 14 count. But it feels like it's taking partner to have like a maximum for 3-0 to have play, and even then, like, the right opening lead might beat us. Yeah. I mean, 1, 2, 4, 6, I guess, is possible with those honors, like stiff, king and 1, ace 10 4th, and ace king 6th. I don't know. I mean, these like precision auctions where we're asking partner to turn up with a maximum are not that great. I think we're just bidding 3 clubs. And this is going to go pass. Who knows if the opponents are actually balancing, but we'll leave it at that. Let's look at Polish club. See if I can figure out the system. So North has 14. I mean, stiff queen of spades. So this is probably also a 2 club opener. I mean, it might be the same, right? It might be like 2 clubs, 3 clubs. I'll pass. Because the Polish club and precision club are very similar. Well, when it comes to 2 club openers. I don't know where we want to be on this hand. I mean, 5 clubs has 2 diamond losers, and you need to set up the spade suit. And so it's just you have plenty of entries in the trump suit itself to South, so you can hook the spades whichever way you want. You just need the spades 4-3 and to guess the king of spades to make 5. It's not like it's a great contract, but it's fine. And sometimes they lead a heart away from the jack, let's say, or from the king, depending on how you want to guess it. And then you only need the spades 4-3, like win the 10 of hearts, spade to the ace, spade ruff, club to the queen, spade ruff, club to the 9. Spade rough, club to the 7. I guess that also requires a stiff 10 of clubs. So doesn't look like 5 clubs is a great spot, but it's definitely playable. 3 no, probably not playable. Seems very likely the opponents are going to lead diamonds given they have 9 of them and all of the honors. So I guess if I'm right about the precision in Polish club auctions, then they're going to do a little bit better than 2/1 on this hand. Maybe not that surprising. Eric, why didn't you get a notification? I don't know. No idea. Twitch is buggy. All right. Let's take a look now at some sort of card play analysis, single dummy analysis. This does not look like that challenging of a hand. You're glad this isn't an Elon Musk crypto stream. Me too. Me too. I think... Yeah, I think the only thing that the hackers got was my bank account and apparently my LinkedIn. So I'm safe in other departments, as far as I can tell. But let's shuffle. I don't think that hand is very conducive. Bank account? Oh yeah. Yeah, we've had some problems. We've definitely had some problems recently. But hopefully that is sorted. Maybe this hand, east-west? Sure. Yeah, this hand's probably okay. I'm going to say north leads the king of diamonds. That'll make things easy. So east-west are in some sort of heart contract. Let's make it 4 hearts. Why not? You hope I didn't lose any money? My bank refunded me for the charges that got on my account. So I think I'm good unless somehow I have like lost my entire identity, which I'm hoping hasn't happened. But if so, I mean, like, I don't know what's going to happen then. But yeah, it's hopefully resolving itself. I think it's just going to take time to like weed out all the stragglers that are currently sitting with like information on me. We'll see. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese group is the ones doing this, or maybe it's just a Chinese bot or something like that, because a lot of the files that I discovered that were infected had just like a bunch of Chinese characters in them. So that's my guess, but who knows? Okay, we are going to be playing, what, 4 hearts? So 4 hearts, west, diamond, king, lead. All right, line of play A is what? So we always pitch a spade. And now what? So line of play A is going to be heart to jack. Pull trumps. Spade to king. Club hook. Sure. Just normal stuff. Line of play B. Is this hard today's first heart to the jack? No, I'm trying to come up with another line that like makes any sense. I'm wondering if like diamond jack pitch a club makes sense. No, that doesn't make any sense. Diamond jack pitch a spade doesn't make any sense. Club to the queen doesn't make any sense. Okay, no line of play B. Let's just look at this. So, what's the fewest number of tricks we could lose? We could lose 1 heart trick. We could lose 0 club tricks if it's like king doubleton on side, and we could lose 1 spade trick, so like 11 tricks. So this is south, stiff, heart, honor. Well, we'll say hearts 1 loser. So this will be south, stiff, honor, or 3-2 south, king, queen, or 3-2 south, honor, X. There. So hearts 1 loser and spade ace on and club king double, club king X south. There we go. So this is the possibility for 11 tricks. Is there anything else? We'll say no. All right, 10 tricks. So hearts 1 loser. And we need the ace of spades to be in North's hand. So spade, ace, North, and not club, king, X, south. I'm going to ignore stiff king of clubs. I mean, sure, whatever. Like stiff king, I guess, is doable, but let's just not factor that into the calculation. Maybe I should. I mean, king doubleton is very specific. So maybe stiff king actually adds some substantial margin on this. What's the other possibility? If hearts have 2 losers, but the clubs come home from no losers. So, or hearts 2 losers and spade ace north and club king X south. Is that it? It seems like it. All right, 9 tricks. Hearts come home for 1 loser. So hearts, 1 loser. And spade, ace, south. And now I'll just ignore stiff king of clubs. We don't have an entry to take a club finesse, so we'll just assume we lose a club from here. And where are the other possibilities? If hearts are 2 losers, and spade, ace, north, and not club, king X, south. That feels like that might be it for 9 tricks. And then 8 tricks is basically everything else. We lose 2 hearts, we lose 2 spades, and we lose a club. And that's kind of, yeah, so 8 tricks. Okay. Let's take a look. How good is this contract? I mean, at first glance, it does not seem like a very good contract, like even on the diamond lead, but I guess we will run the numbers and see. Okay. Hearts 1 loser and spade ace north and south has king X of clubs or stiff king. Yeah, I mean, 11 tricks is not happening. But finding out this percentage might be helpful for us. So what are the odds of this specifically? South has a stiff heart honor, so that's going to be the odds of the 4-1 split is 28%, and this is going to be 14% for the specific 4-1 split that South has the singleton, and then 2/5 of that. So that'll be like 6% or so. Okay, so it's going to be 6% for South having the singleton honor, or 3-2, and South has both the king and queen, or 3-2 and South has king doubleton or queen doubleton. So South having king doubleton or queen doubleton, so that would be 34% that South has a doubleton. And then the chance of king doubleton or queen doubleton, it's going to be 5 choose 2, so there are 10 combinations, and there are 2 honors and 3 small cards, so it's 6/10. So that, and then also multiplied by spade ace and north, 50%, and club king and south. I mean, I guess we can combine this into 26% for the honors being split that way. And then clubs specifically 5-2. Oh no, I can't do it like this. Yeah, it has to be 50%, and then clubs 5-2, and South having the chance that South actually has king doubleton instead of just South having the king and clubs split 5-2. So a 5-2 split was 30%, I believe, is what we looked up. If I remember, I should relook this up. Let me do that. Bridge suit probabilities. Yeah, 5-2 is 30%, 6-1 is 7%. Okay. So 30% chance that clubs are, 15% chance that South has a doubleton club, and then the odds of king doubleton would be 2/7. That is how math works, right? I can just say that there are 7 spaces, and South having the king is 2 out of those 7. Like, I don't have to do combinatorics, do I, to come to this number? Let me just think about this for a second. So the total number of combinations are 7 choose 2 is 21. And the ways that South could have King Doubleton are 6 of them. 6 out of 21, 2 sevenths. Okay, very good. I don't have to do combinatorics. So it's this percentage plus the chance that South has a stiff king. So 3.5% chance South has a singleton, and then 1/7. Is that a significant number in comparison to this? This is like 4%, and this is like 0.5%. I mean, it's not terribly insignificant. Okay, I'm curious about this number though, because this is going to be hearts playing for one loser, just in general. So what is that? That is 6% plus a quarter of 68. Call this 23 total, plus 3/5 of 34. So 44% or so. Okay. 44% chance that hearts are played for one loser. Wow. That's a much larger number than I would have expected. Really? Stiff honor, king queen on side, or honor doubleton on side. Yeah, I mean, it's not that insignificant of a chance, but okay. 44%. Jeez. I think my instincts were off. That, like, if I got to a game on this trump suit and needed to play it for one loser, I would have rated it as against the imp odds, but I guess it is in favor of the imp odds, both non-vulnerable and vulnerable. Huh. Good to know. Okay. So 44 times 50, 22% times, what did we come to on this? This is 4.5. 22% times 4.5. So 1%. Excellent. 1% chance of 11 tricks. Very good. That's like we thought. Pretty unlikely. Let's look at this one. 10 tricks. So 44% of the time, hearts are one loser, and 50% spade ace north, and then 95% of the time, we'll say that there's no we can't pick up the clubs for no losers. Or hearts have 2 losers, spade ace north. Oh, and the silly club thing. Yeah, I probably should have just ignored the chance of the club thing, but it's fine. So this is hearts 2 losers, which is going to be the rest of the time, 56%. 50% of the time, north has the ace of spades, and 4.5% of the time this, which looks like it's going to come out to 1.5% for this. And then this guy is what? 22. Call it 20. We'll call it 23% of the time. So I guess I was right in a sense that this is not a great game contract to be in, but it's not as far off as I originally thought. I mean, the diamond lead definitely helps, of course. Okay, 9 tricks. Hearts for one loser. So this is 44%, and the spade ace is in south. Or hearts for 2 losers, and spade ace in north, and not club king doubleton or whatever. I know I'm missing 0.5%. These don't really add up to 100. I don't care. So this is it. So this is 22 and 27, let's say. Did we get 49 from that? So add all of this up, we get 73%, and therefore 8 tricks is going to be 27%. So pretty likely to make 9 tricks after the diamond lead, of course. 8 tricks, more common than 10, though. So yeah, I mean, it does kind of feel like this hand. We need a lot of stuff to go right for us to have a decent chance at making it. Like the ace of spades on side is almost necessary. I mean, basically is necessary to make the contract. And then from there, we also need the heart suit to work out for us. So that kind of gets us the 50% times 44% chance the hearts will work out. I mean, this calculation in and of itself, I think, was really helpful because now I have a read on how likely it is that this trump suit can be played for one loser. And that was a little bit surprising to me. So I would say that generally this is what you're going to be getting out of these types of exercises, is that like it's not necessarily the intuition about contracts, even though that's helpful to try and work that out and get a better familiarity with like just looking at a contract and saying, okay, this seems like it's going to be a worthwhile contract to be in. So I was kind of right in that sense that my intuition said this was not a worthwhile game contract to be in, even after the helpful lead. But learning about the trump suit probability is actually useful. And so I could commit that to memory. I mean, maybe I will, maybe I won't, but just like seeing this information, now I'll know in the future that this is a useful game contract to be in if all I need is the trump suit to work out. So that's kind of cool.